think about your morning today. When you first opened your eyes, what was the very first thing you did?
Yeah, that's a great question to start with.
Right. Did you, like, jump out of bed immediately, totally ready to start the day? Or did you hit the snooze button on your phone, close your eyes, and just beg for 5 more minutes of sleep?
I think a lot of people beg for those 5 minutes.
Oh, absolutely.
Hmm.
But, believe it or not, the way you spent your first 10 minutes today is actually the perfect key to unlocking the English language.
It is so true. I mean, daily habits are universal. Everyone has a morning routine, right?
Definitely.
Everyone has a way they move through their day. And because these actions repeat every single day, well, they give us the perfect opportunity to study the mechanics of English.
Welcome to our deep dive. We were talking directly to you, the listener. You are an adult, you have a busy life, but you are also on a mission to master English.
That's right.
And today, our mission is to learn how to speak confidently about routines. To do this, we're going to look at some source text about a topic every adult in the world understands.
The school day.
Exactly, the school day. We are going to study the school routines of two very different students, Alex and Bella.
But before we look at Alex and Bella, we really must introduce the most important tool for today. We call it our grammatical anchor.
An anchor, like on a boat.
Right. Think of a big, heavy metal anchor on a ship. It drops into the water, and it holds the ship in one place.
It stops it from floating away.
Exactly. So today, our grammar anchor holds our language in place. This anchor is called the present simple tense.
The present simple tense. So, why do we call it simple?
Well, we call it simple because it's the foundation. It's like the base of a house.
Okay.
We use the present simple tense to talk about facts. We use it to talk about habits. And, we use it to talk about things we do every single day.
Okay, let's unpack this. If I want to talk about drinking coffee every morning, I use the present simple, right? I say, I drink coffee.
Exactly. I drink coffee. It is a habit. Let's look at the examples from our source text. The text gives us 3 very basic examples to start.
Oh yeah, the action words.
Right. Listen closely to the verbs. The verb is the action word. The examples are, I go, he studies, we eat.
Let's really focus on those action words. Go, study, eat.
Notice how the word changes depending on, well, who's doing the action. If I am talking about myself, I say, I go. But if I'm talking about a boy, like our student Alex, I cannot say he go. That is incorrect in English.
Right, because English has a special rule for the third person. And just to clarify, the third person means he, she, or it.
Yes, exactly. For he, she, or it, we usually add the letter S or sometimes the letters E and S to the end of the verb.
So I go becomes he goes.
Right. And I study becomes he studies. I eat becomes he eats. This is the present. Simple tense. It sounds simple, but you must remember that little S sound at the very end.
It's a small sound, but it's, very important. Native English speakers listen for that S sound. It tells our brain exactly who is doing the action.
It does.
So whether you loved school or whether thinking about school makes you feel totally stressed out, exploring school life is the absolute best way to practice this foundational grammar.
So let's begin at the start of the day, the morning. Every single day begins with a morning routine. And because it happens every day, the morning is the ultimate test of the present simple tense.
I always compare the morning routine to like a daily race. When the sun comes up, the race begins.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, and some people start sprinting immediately. They are fast. But other people, they are moving slowly. They are still tying their shoes. Our source text introduces us to our first student, Bella, and Bella is definitely not sprinting.
No, she is not. Let's look at Bella's morning. Bella wakes up early. Her text says, my alarm clock rang at 6:30 a.m.
6:30, that is early.
We all know this object, the alarm clock. It is the machine that makes a really loud noise to wake you up.
The alarm clock. It's 2 words pushed together, actually. An alarm is a warning sound, and a clock tells the time. So an alarm clock is a clock that warns you it is time to wake up.
Right.
Bella says her alarm clock was very loud. Now, think about the psychology of this moment. It is 6:30 in the morning. The house is dark. The bed is warm.
Very warm.
Suddenly, a loud noise breaks the silence. What is the human reaction?
Well, the natural human reaction is to stop the noise and just go back to sleep. And this is exactly what Bella does.
Of course she does.
The text says she stays in bed for 5 more minutes. Let's use our grammar anchor right here. We need to use the present simple tense to describe Bella's habit.
Okay, so we use the base verb stay. That's spelled S-T-A-Y, to remain in one place.
Yes. So if you are talking about yourself, you say, I stay in bed. If you're talking to a friend, you say, you stay in bed.
But now we're talking about Bella.
Right. Bella is a she. So we must add the S. Listen closely. Bella stays in bed.
Stays. You can really hear the Z sound at the end. Stays.
That is a great point about English pronunciation. When we add an S to the end of a word, it does not always sound like a snake. Sometimes it sounds like a bee.
Like a buzzing sound.
Exactly. Buzzing. Stays. She stays in bed.
I want to talk about those 5 minutes, though. Why does she stay in bed for 5 more minutes? I mean, 5 minutes will not make you less tired.
No, it won't.
5 minutes is a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
But for a tired adult or a tired student, 5 minutes in a warm bed feels like a safe island.
It's an escape.
Yeah. She is delaying the reality of the day. She is a procrastinator. A procrastinator is someone who waits to do something until the last possible moment.
Yes, she is definitely avoiding the next step. But eventually, the 5 minutes end. She must get out of bed. And the text uses a very common and important English phrase for the next part of her morning.
What is the phrase?
The phrase is, get ready.
Ah, get ready. It means to prepare yourself. You change from a sleeping person into a working person.
Right. And getting ready requires a routine. You do the same steps in the exact same order. Let's look at Bella's steps.
Okay.
We will practice the present simple tense for each step. First, she cleans her face with water.
The verb is wash. W-A-S-H. Wash. I wash my face.
Now, let's change it to Bella. The verb ends with an SH sound. Wash. It is physically difficult to just add an S to that sound.
Yeah, try to say wash this in.
Right, it feels wrong in your mouth. So English adds a whole vowel sound. We add E and S. She washes her face.
Washes. 2 syllables. Wash. A-S. Bella washes her face.
The second step is cleaning her teeth. The verb is brush. B-R-U-S-H. Brush.
I brush my teeth. Oh, let's pause and look at the word teeth.
Oh, that's a good one to point out.
Yeah, this is an irregular plural word in English. Usually we add an S to make more than one thing, right? Like 1 car, 2 cars.
Right.
But for the white things in your mouths, we do not say tooths. We say 1 tooth, but many teeth. I brush my teeth.
Perfect. Now let's change it to Bella. The verb brush also ends in that SH sound, so we must add ES again. She brushes her teeth. 2 syllables. Brush. ES.
Step 3. She must put items of clothing on her body. The text uses the phrasal verb put on, P-U-T, put. I put on clothes.
And for Bella, we add the S to the main verb. She puts on clothes. So her morning routine is clear. She stays in bed, she washes her face, she brushes her teeth, she puts on clothes.
This is her daily race, and she is rushing. She's running out of time because, well, she stayed in bed.
Exactly.
Now let's contrast Bella with our other student, Alex. Alex is the opposite of Bella. Alex does not sprint in the morning. He jogs slowly. And why? Because he prepared the night before.
The text tells us that Alex is very organized. He packs his bag at night. The word for the bag is backpack. Pack. It is a bag you wear on your back.
English really loves compound words. We take 2 simple words and push them together to make a new thing. A pack for your back. Backpack. Let's practice the spelling. B-A-C-P-A-C-K.
Backpack.
Let's practice the grammar, too. The verb is pack. I pack my backpack. Now for Alex. Alex packs his backpack.
Alex packs his bag early. But what exactly does he put inside this backpack?
Good question.
The text gives us 3 very common nouns used in schools and offices. First, textbooks. Textbooks, another compound word. Text and books. A textbook is a large, heavy book filled with facts and information for a specific subject.
Second, notebooks. Note and books. A notebook is a book with blank paper inside. It is empty. You use a pen to write your own notes inside it.
Right. And third, a pencil case. A case is a small container. You use it to hold your pencils, your pens, and your erasers.
So think about Alex's psychology here. He takes his textbooks, his notebooks, and his pencil case. He puts them carefully inside his backpack. He zips the bag closed. He places it by the door.
Very prepared.
Yeah, his mind is totally calm. When he wakes up, he does not have to think. He just takes the bag and goes.
You know, this is a powerful adult habit, too. If you prepare your work materials the night before, your morning is peaceful.
It really is.
Bella does not do this. Bella tells us in the source text, I always forgot my pens. I had to borrow them from my classmates.
Wow. Let's use the present simple for Bella's bad habit. The verb is forget. I forget my pens.
For Bella, we add the... Bella forgets her pens. She forgets them because she is rushing. She does not have a system.
Now, what do they wear? The text says they wear a uniform. A uniform is a specific set of clothes that everyone in a group must wear. A police officer wears a uniform. A nurse wears a uniform.
And in many countries, students wear uniforms.
Right, the text describes the uniform as a white shirt and a blue skirt or blue pants. Both students like the uniform, but they like it for very, very different reasons.
This is fascinating. Bella says she likes the uniform because, quote, I didn't have to think about what to wear.
I want to push back on this idea, actually.
Well,
Does a uniform really save time, or is Bella just avoiding choices?
Mm.
I think Bella likes the uniform because it allows her brain to stay asleep for a few more minutes.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, making decisions requires mental energy. Choosing a red shirt or a green shirt requires thought. Bella is tired. The uniform removes the choice. It is easy.
That totally makes sense for Bella's personality. She seeks comfort. But Alex loves the uniform for a different reason. Alex says, it made me feel like a student.
It made me feel like a student. This is a real psychological concept. Psychologists actually call it enclothed cognition.
Enclothed cognition.
Yeah, it means the clothes you wear change how you feel inside. Alex puts on the white shirt. He puts on the blue pants. He looks in the mirror. His brain says, I am wearing the student uniform. It is time to work. It is time to be serious.
Alex likes order and rules. The uniform gives him structure. So they are dressed, they have their bags. Now they must leave the house. We call the travel from home to school or work the commute.
The commute. Spell that for us.
C-O-M-M-U-T-E. Commute.
Every adult knows this word. It is the time you spend traveling to your job. So how do they commute? Well, Bella takes the school bus.
Let's build the sentence. The verb is take. I take the school bus. For Bella, we add the S. Bella takes the school bus.
The text gives us a very stressful detail about Bella's commute, though. The bus arrives at 7:15 a.m. Bella says, if I was 1 minute late, the bus was gone.
Wow. This highlights the danger of her 5-minute snooze in bed.
It really does.
Because she stayed in bed, she must rush. If she is late, the bus driver does not wait.
Just imagine that feeling. You know this feeling, listener. You're running down the street, your backpack is bouncing on your back, you forgot your pens, you see the big yellow bus driving away.
Ugh, awful.
It is a terrible way to start the day. Your heart is beating fast, you feel so stressed.
Let's contrast this stressful commute with Alex. Alex does not take the bus. Alex walks to school. The verb is walk. I walk to school.
And for Alex?
For Alex, Alex walks to school. The text says his walk takes 15 minutes.
Why does Alex choose to walk? He says he uses the 15-minute walk to, quote, wake up his brain. The word is brain. B-R-A-N-I-N.
Yeah.
The organ inside your head that thinks.
I wake up my brain. For Alex, Alex wakes up his brain. He breathes the cold morning air. He moves his legs. The blood flows through his body.
Yeah.
By the time he arrives at the school building, he is fully awake. He is ready to learn. Bella, sitting on the loud bus, is probably still sleepy.
So true. Their morning commutes end when they reach the school building, and the morning chaos always ends with a specific sound.
The sound of a bell ringing. R-I-N-G ring. The bell rings.
Think about the power of a bell. A bell is just a piece of metal that makes a noise. But in a school or, in a factory, a bell has immense power.
It really does.
The sound of the bell forces people to change their behavior instantly. The bus ride is finished, the walking is finished, the talking is finished, you must sit down, the structure begins.
And when that first bell rings, the first period starts. Let's look closely at this word. Period. P-E-R-by-O-D.
3 syllables, right? Period.
Right. In English, this word has a few meanings. It is the little dot at the end of a sentence. But in a school, a period means one specific block of time.
The text tells us a period is usually 45 or 50 minutes long. Most schools have 4 or 5 periods in the morning. Each period is dedicated to a different subject.
And a subject is an area of knowledge you study. The source material gives us a long list of subjects. Let's look at the vocabulary and the pronunciation for these really common school subjects.
Okay, first is art, a dash R-T. This is a very simple word, 1 syllable, art. In the subject, you paint, you draw, you create visual things.
Next is English, 2 syllables, ing-lish. The stress is on the first part, ing. In English class, students read books and write essays.
Then we have math, M-A-T-H. 1 syllable. Math is the study of numbers, equations, and logic.
After math is history, 3 syllables. His to X. History. This is a study of the past. Kings, wars, ancient civilizations.
Then there is science, 2 syllables. Science, the text mentions 2 specific branches of science. Chemistry, which is the study of chemicals and reactions, and biology, which is the study of living things, like plants and animals.
Next is a very interesting subject name. It is written as P.E. This stands for physical education.
Let's stop right here. Physical education. That is a very long, very formal name. Physical means related to the body. Education means learning. So learning how to move your body.
But native English speakers love to shorten words. We are, in some ways, quite lazy with our language.
That's very true.
If a phrase is too long, we make it shorter. If you tell a native speaker, I have physical education class today, they will understand you, but it sounds very strange. It sounds like a textbook, not a real person.
So what should our adult listeners say instead?
You should simply use the letters. Say, I have PE today. Just the letter P and the letter E. Let's practice the present simple. I have PE, you have PE.
And what about Alex?
Now, let's talk about Alex. The verb have is irregular. We do not say he haves.
No, that sounds wrong.
Right. We change it completely to has. H-A-S. So we say, Alex has PE.
That is a crucial rule.
I have.
He has. The English language is full of these little exceptions.
It sure is.
Let's finish our list of subjects. Next is geography. 4 syllables. Geography. Geography. The geo part comes from Greek. It means earth. So geography is the study of the earth, the maps, the countries, the mountains.
And the final subject is literature. 4 syllables. Literature. Literature. This is the study of important and famous written works like novels and poems.
Here is where it gets really interesting. The source text shows us how different subjects pull out completely different personality traits from our 2 students.
Yeah, subjects are not just facts.
Right, they are ways of thinking. Let's look at Bella first.
Bella tells us that she loves art and English, and why? The text says she likes expressing herself.
To express yourself, this means to take the feelings and thoughts inside your mind and push them outside so other people can see them. I express myself.
Let's use the present simple for Bella. The verb express ends in a double S, A-X-P-R-E-S-S. So we must add ES. She expresses herself. 3 syllables. Express ES.
In art class, Bella can paint a picture that shows she is happy or sad. In English class, she can write a story about her feelings. There is no wrong answer in art. Your feelings are just your feelings.
Exactly.
Bella loves this freedom. But Bella hates math. She says math is, quote, too difficult for me.
And why is math difficult for Bella? Because in math, you cannot express your feelings. If the question is 2 plus 2, you cannot say, well, I feel like the answer is 5.
No, you definitely cannot.
The answer is 4. There is only one correct path. Bella does not like rigid rules.
But Alex is the exact opposite. Alex loves math. The text says he likes finding the right answer.
The verb is find. F-I-N-D, I find the answer. For Alex, Alex finds the answer.
This connects perfectly to Alex's morning routine, doesn't it? Remember the backpack. He likes things in absolute order. Textbooks here, notebooks here, pencil case closed. Math is like a perfectly packed backpack.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah, it has order. It has logic. Alex feels totally safe in the logic of math.
Alex also loves history class, but for a completely different reason. He loves history because of his teacher. The text says his teacher told great stories.
I tell stories. The teacher tells stories. A story is a narrative. It has characters, a beginning, a middle, and an end. Alex says his history class felt like watching a movie.
Wow.
Just think about that. He is sitting at a wooden desk in a bright room. But in his mind, he is watching soldiers in ancient Rome or explorers crossing the ocean. The teacher's voice creates a movie in his brain.
This shows us how important a teacher is. A teacher can make a subject feel like a movie. But on the other hand, a teacher can also make a subject feel like a prison.
Oh, yeah.
The text introduces us to a different kind of teacher. Alex asks Bella a question about her math teacher. He asks, was your math teacher strict?
Strict. S-T-R-I-C-T. Strict. It is 1 syllable, but it has a really harsh sound at the beginning. Strict. Yeah, that sounds tough. A strict person is someone who makes many rules and forces you to follow them perfectly. If you break a rule, there is a severe consequence. Do you have a strict boss at work? Someone who watches the clock when you take a break? That is a strict person.
Bella says her math teacher was very strict. Let's look at the rules in the text. They are simple but powerful. Rule number 1, no talking.
No talking. You cannot open your mouth to speak to the person next to you. You must be silent. The verb is talk. T-A-L-K. I talked to my friend. But in math class, Bella cannot talk.
Rule number 2, no eating. You cannot put food in your mouth. I eat an apple. But in math class, Alex cannot eat.
Rule number 3, no dreaming. This is an interesting rule. Dreaming usually happens when you're asleep in bed,
Yeah.
but here the teacher means daydreaming.
Right.
It means looking out the window, staring at the clouds, and just letting your mind wander away from the math problems.
The verb is dream. I dream about the weekend. Bella dreams. But the strict teacher says you must focus. No dreaming. You must look at the numbers.
What happens if you break the rules, though? What happens if you do not do your work? There must be a consequence. Bella explains the consequence in the text. She says, if you didn't do your homework, you had to stay after school.
Staying after school, just think about this. When the final bell rings, all the other students leave. They walk home. They take the bus. They are free.
But you are not free.
Right. You must stay in the building. The text uses an essential English vocabulary word for this punishment. The word is detention.
Detention. D10. Dusions, 3 syllables. Detention is a noun. It means being held in a place as a punishment. It is like a mini prison for students. You sit in a quiet room, you stare at the wall, you think about your bad behavior.
Let's make a present simple sentence using this noun. We use the verb get. I get detention.
And for Bella.
For Bella, we add the S. Bella gets detention. Why? She gets detention because she forgets her homework. That is a beautifully constructed English sentence. It explains the action and the reason.
Detention sounds totally miserable. After 4 or 5 periods of sitting, listening, not talking, not eating, and not dreaming man, a student's brain is exhausted. An adult's brain at work feels the exact same way after hours of meetings.
Oh, absolutely.
The brain needs a break. The body needs fuel.
Fortunately, the school day provides a break. The bell rings again. Ring. The sound changes the day. It signals the end of the morning classes. It is time for lunch.
The oasis of lunchtime. An oasis is a beautiful, wet place in the middle of a dry, hot desert. Lunchtime is the oasis in the middle of a really difficult school day.
That's a lovely way to put it.
This part of the day shifts our focus from academic survival, like doing math and reading literature, to social survival. Social means interacting with other human beings.
Our source text shows us 2 different lunch experiences. It also gives us 2 important vocabulary words for eating at school or at work. The first word is cafeteria.
Oh, this is a challenging word to pronounce. It's a fe-te-ri-a.
Yes.
The stress is on the T sound. Cafeteria. Let's try it again slowly. Cafe-te-ri.
A cafeteria is a large dining room. Usually it has very long tables. You take a tray, you stand in a line, and you buy hot food from a counter.
Many large office buildings for adults also have a cafeteria.
I eat in the cafeteria. For Alex, Alex eats in the cafeteria. Imagine the environment. It is loud. Hundreds of people are talking. The smell of hot food is in the air.
But Bella does not buy food in the cafeteria. The text says Bella brings her own food from home. She carries it in a lunchbox.
Lunchbox. 2 separate words. A small container for your meal. What is inside Bella's lunchbox? Her mom makes sandwiches. San-which-e.
Let's practice the grammar here. The base verb is make. M-A-K-E. I make sandwiches. But the subject doing the action is her mom. Mom is a she.
Right.
So we add the S. Her mom makes sandwiches.
Now, eatings is only one part of lunchtime. The text tells us a secret about school life. Alex says lunchtime is for hanging out with friends.
This brings us to a really critical part of the English language. The phrase, hang out. This is what we call a phrasal verb.
Right. Phrasal verbs are often the hardest part of English for adult learners.
They're very tricky. A phrasal verb is when we take a normal action verb and we add a small preposition to it. And when we push them together, well, the meaning completely changes.
Let's look at the verb hang. H-A-N-G. Hang. Usually, hang means to suspend something from above. You hang a picture on the wall, you hang your coat in the closet.
Right.
But when we add the word out to make hang out, it has absolutely nothing to do with pictures or coats.
How does the text define hang out? It defines it perfectly. Hanging out means spending time with people without a specific plan.
No plan, no goal, no structure. You just exist together. You sit, you relax. I hang out with my friends. For Bella, we add the S to the main verb. Bella hangs out with her friends.
Think about this in your adult life. If you have a business meeting with your boss, you are not hanging out. You have an agenda. You have a plan.
Definitely not hanging out.
But if you meet your friend at a coffee shop on Saturday and you just drink coffee and talk about life for 2 hours, you are hanging out.
Exactly. What do Bella and her friends talk about when they hang out?
The text lists 3 simple topics: music, movies, and boys.
Let's build sentences. The verb is talk. I talk about music. Bella talks about music. She talks about movies. She talks about boys. This is her social survival. She sits, she eats her sandwich, she relaxes her mind.
But not everyone uses lunchtime to sit and talk. The text shows us that Alex has a completely different idea of a break. Alex plays a sport.
The text says Alex plays basketball during lunch. Base, keet, ball, another compound word, a ball you throw into a basket. I play basketball. Alex plays basketball.
Notice the S sound on plays. It sounds like a Z plays. He plays basketball.
I want to really focus on the sensory reality of this. Sensory means things you can see, hear, or smell. Lunchtime is only 40 or 45 minutes long. You have to eat. And if you want to play a game of basketball, you have to play very fast. You run hard. You jump high.
The text provides a great adjective for this exact condition. It says the boys were always sweaty when afternoon classes started.
Sweaty.
S-W-E-A-T-Y. Sweaty. Sweat is the water that comes out of your skin when your body is hot. When you exercise, you sweat. So if you are covered in sweat, you are sweaty.
Now imagine the scene. The bell rings to end lunch. The students must return to the small, warm classroom. A group of sweaty teenage boys walks into the room. What is the result?
Well, Bella tells us the result. She remembers the smell. S-M-E-L-L smell. Your nose detects an odor. Bella says the smell in the classroom was, quote, not very nice.
Let's use the present simple. The verb is smell. I smell the boys. For Bella, Bella smells the boys.
It paints such a clear, vivid picture. On one side of the school, you have calm students eating sandwiches and talking about music. On the other side, you have boys running aggressively on a basketball court.
Right.
Then the bell rings, and all these different people are pushed back into a small room together. The oasis is over. The desert of afternoon classes begins.
The text says they usually had 2 more classes in the afternoon. They must sit through 2 more periods. And then finally, the last bell of the day rings. Ring. School is over.
But wait, the source text gives us a warning right here. The school day does not actually stop at the final bell. It just changes its shape. It transforms into extracurricular activities and home responsibilities.
So let's break down that long phrase. Extracurricular. Extra means outside of or more than. Curricular refers to the curriculum, the main subjects like math and English.
Okay.
So extracurricular activities are organized groups you join outside of your normal classes. The text also calls them after-school activities.
These activities are choices. You don't have to do them. You choose them based on your personality. Let's look at Alex's choices. The text says Alex is in 2 groups. First, the chess club.
Chess. C-H-E-S-S. Chess is a very famous board game. It has black and white squares. It has pieces like kings, queens, and knights.
Right.
Chess is a game of the mind. It is not physical like basketball. It is mental.
It requires deep strategy. You must look at the board and calculate the correct move. Think about Alex. This fits his personality perfectly.
It really does.
He loves math because he likes finding the right answer. In chess, there is a right answer on the board. You just have to find it. I play chess. Alex plays chess.
Alex's second activity is the school band. A band is a group of people playing musical instruments together. The text specifies his instrument. He plays the trumpet.
Trumpet.
Trumpet. A loud brass instrument you blow air into.
I played the trumpet. He plays the trumpet. Now let's look at Bella. Bella makes a very different choice. Bella is in the drama club.
Drama. Drama. Drama is theater. It is acting. You stand on a stage and pretend to be another person.
What does she do in drama club? The text says she practices acting every Tuesday.
Let's practice the grammar. The verb is practice. Practice, meaning to do something repeatedly to get better at it. I practice acting. The verb ends in an S sound. Practice.
Right.
So for Bella, we add the ES sound. Bella practices acting. Prac, tac, ace, 3 syllables.
Connect this back to her personality. In the morning periods, why did she love art and English? Because she liked expressing herself.
Yeah.
Drama club is the ultimate way to express yourself.
It is.
You use your voice, your face, your hands, your whole body to show emotion. She is not finding a single right answer like Alex in chess. She is exploring feelings.
So they finish their clubs. The sun is starting to go down. They finally go home. But at home, a dark shadow is waiting for them.
Their shadow is homework. Homework. Work you must do at home. The text describes homework as the enemy of every student.
Enemy. N-E. My. 3 syllables. E-N-E-M-Y. An enemy is someone or something that fights against you. The opposite of a friend. During a war, you fight the enemy. Why does the text call homework the enemy?
I call it a shadow. Think of a shadow on the ground. When you walk, it follows you. You cannot escape it. Homework is the shadow of the school building. You leave the building, but the work follows you right into your house.
It does.
It steals your free time. That is why it is the enemy.
And what weapons does the enemy use? The text lists two types of homework. First, writing essays. ES says E-S-A-Y-S. An essay is a long, structured piece of writing about a specific topic.
I write essays. Bella writes essays. Writing an essay requires you to organize your thoughts, write paragraphs, and check your grammar. It takes time.
The second type of homework is solving problems, usually math problems or science problems. The verb is solve. S-O-L-V-E to find the solution to a puzzle or equation.
I solve problems.
Right, and for Alex solves problems.
How long does this battle with the enemy take? Bella says in the text, it takes too long. She estimates it takes 2 hours. 2 solid hours of writing essays and solving problems. That is a heavy burden after a long day of classes and clubs.
Now let's look at the habits of our two students when they face this enemy. How they handle homework reveals their true character. We will connect their evening habits back to their morning routines to see the complete psychological profile.
Let's start with Alex. Bella calls Alex the perfect student. Where does Alex do his homework? He does not do it at his house. The text says he does it in the library. Like lie, bra, revoir. A quiet building filled with books.
Let's construct a present simple sentence. The base verb is do, D-O. I do my homework, but do is irregular for the third person.
Oh, this is important.
We do not just add an S. The spelling changes. D-O becomes D-O-E-S. It is pronounced does. It sounds like do's. Alex does his homework in the library.
Why does he stay at school to do it in the library, though? Why doesn't he go home to a comfortable chair?
Well, the text explains his strategy. He says, that way my evening was free to watch TV or read. He wants to finish the hard work immediately.
Let's practice those verbs. Watch, I watch TV. Add the ES, Alex watches TV. Read, I read a book. Add the S, he reads a book.
This makes perfect sense for Alex's character. Think about his morning. He packed his backpack the night before. He's a planner. He looks into the future.
He does?
He knows that if he finishes his homework at 4 p.m. in the library, his night at home will be peaceful. He can relax without the shadow following him.
Now, let's look at Bella. Does Bella plan ahead? The text gives us her quote. I always did my homework at 10 p.m. when I was tired.
10 p.m., that is 10 o'clock at night. It is very late.
I do my homework at night. She does her homework at night. Let's connect this to her morning. How did Bella start her day?
She hit the snooze button.
Yes. She stayed in bed for 5 more minutes. She delayed the morning. She is doing the exact same thing at night. She is delaying the homework.
We used the word procrastinator earlier. This is the definition of a procrastinator. You push the hard task away until you cannot push it anymore, but there is a huge penalty for this. At 10 p.m., she is tired. T, red. Her body has no energy, her brain is slow.
Doing 2 hours of difficult math problems when you are totally exhausted is a terrible experience. The enemy is much stronger at 10 p.m. than it is at 4 p.m.
How?
Bella makes her own life more difficult because of her habit.
These two students are completely different. Alex the planner, Bella the procrastinator. But both of their lives are built entirely on routines.
And routines are the heart of the English language. Pack the bag, wake up, take the bus, listen to the bell, go to class, eat lunch, go to clubs, do homework, sleep, repeat. This cycle happens every single day.
We are reaching the end of our deep dive. Let's do a quick chronological summary. Chronological means moving in order through time.
We began at 6:30 a.m., the loud alarm clock, the choice to sleep or wake up, washing faces, brushing teeth, putting on uniforms.
We observed the commute, Alex walking to wake up his brain, Bella rushing to catch the bus so she wouldn't be left behind.
We heard the school bell ring, the transition into structured periods. We experienced the different subjects, the freedom of art, the logic of math, the stories of history. We met the strict teacher with the rules, no talking, no eating, no dreaming.
We discovered the threat of detention, staying after school as a punishment.
We took a break at lunchtime, eating sandwiches from a lunchbox, the noisy cafeteria, the difficult phrasal verb hanging out with friends, and the sweaty reality of lunchtime basketball.
We saw the afternoon clubs, chess, band, drama.
And finally, the shadow, the enemy. Homework. Alex conquering it early in the library, Bella fighting it late at night. We have learned so much about human nature, and we have learned how to talk about it using the present simple tense.
Before we sign off, I want to review the 6 most important vocabulary words from the source material. I will say the word Break it into syllables and ask you to say it out loud. Whether you are driving, cooking, or walking, please speak out loud.
Word number 1.
Uniform. Form. 3 syllables. The required clothing for a specific group, say, uniform.
Word number 2.
Backpack. Backpack. A compound word, a bag carried on the back. Say it, backpack.
Word number 3.
Period. Hey, ood. 3 syllables. A block of time for a school class. Say it, period.
Word number 4.
Strict. Strict. 1 syllable. A harsh sound. A person who enforces strict rules. Say it, strict.
Word number 5.
Cafeteria. Ca-fe-te-ria. 5 syllables. Stress the te. A large dining hall. Say it, cafeteria.
And the final word, the tricky phrasal verb. Word number 6.
Hang out. Hang out. 2 words, meaning to spend free time with someone without a plan. Say it, hang out.
Excellent work. You are building your English vocabulary one block at a time. But listening is only half of the journey. You must take action. The source material provides a homework assignment, and we are giving it to you.
Don't worry. This homework is not the enemy. It will only take 5 minutes, not 2 hours.
Your mission is to write 3 simple sentences about your own school days or your current adult work days. You must use the present simple tense. The text gives you 2 prompts to help you begin. A prompt is a starting sentence.
The first prompt is, my favorite subject was, think about your past. Did you like science, history, PE? Write it down. My favorite subject was math.
The second prompt is, I went to school by. Did you walk? Did you take a bus? Did you drive a car? Write it down. I went to school by bus. Take a pen and paper today and write 3 sentences.
Practice the rules we discussed. I walk, she walks, I have, he has. It is the only way your brain will remember the patterns.
Before we say goodbye, we want to leave you with a fascinating thought, something to consider while you go about your day.
We spent this whole deep dive looking at Alex and Bella, 2 teenagers in a school building. We analyzed their mornings, their lunches, their work habits. You are an adult. You probably haven't been in a school building for years. You go to an office or a factory or a hospital.
You have an adult life with adult problems.
But think about this. How much of your adult life today is just a continuation of the exact same routine you established when you were Bella's age? Think about your morning alarm today. Are you still hitting the snooze button like Bella? Or are you packing your work bag the night before like Alex? Do you do your hardest work early in the day, or do you procrastinate until the final deadline when you are exhausted?
The school building might be gone. The subjects might be replaced by meetings and emails. But the present simple routine, the habit, never really ends. The way you ran your daily race as a student is probably the exact same way you are running it today. It is something to think about. Until next time, keep practicing, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep.